The following podcast contains strong language and ridiculous cartoon scenarios conjured up by two self-proclaimed comedy wizards. Between you and me, they're more like Saturday morning court jesters fueled by sugary cereal. But either way, the opinions expressed and presented are mere musings, so please humor their well-intentioned hijinks with a laugh and not by taking anything they say seriously. Unless, of course, you want to pay them to say something else. You could always use a new pair of shoes.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
Welcome to the ReviewParty.com podcast. On this podcast, we take a goose and a gander at some funny reviews from all over the internet. Don't we now, Matt?
We do.
I heard you got what do you got for us today?
This is episode 25.
Episode 25.
So I've got something that I hope you will enjoy and find special. So I'm just going to jump straight into this Amazon review.
Sure.
This is an Amazon review for the Cuisinart CEK30 Electric Knife Black.
It's a bread cutter?
It's an electric knife. Let's have user EMK tell us all about it. EMK titles their review, Vegans Rejoice! A carving knife for tofu and bread. Wow, what an underpowered piece of turkey. Got this to carve meat, of course. Much better at carving bread. Think the designers might be secretly trying to convert everyone to vegan because it's a hassle to cut meat. This unit just lacks the power to really cut down through meat such as turkey, ham, my finger, you get the drill. Went through a loaf of bread like a sharp knife through a loaf of bread, though. Will do for now, but we'll definitely be looking for a non-vegan version soon. 3 stars.
Oh, so this is some household. This isn't military tech like my ideal electric knife.
Yes, your ideal electric knife that can dismember people, animals, aliens
really,
in one swoop.
Right. I just want like a chainsaw the size of a dagger is really my preferred weapon. Either that or a yo-yo, like crossed with a throwing star. You ever see those?
Oh, yeah. You just spin them around and you slice people's carotids.
Yeah, slice people's entire limbs off.
Oh.
With Nippon steel on a yo-yo. That's all I need.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess if I bought a knife for cutting meat and it didn't cut meat, I'd be a little sour grapes too.
I mean, maybe his turkey was just really dry.
Really? That's some tough turkey there, Buster.
Too bad this isn't the Thanksgiving episode. This is post-Thanksgiving. I hope everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving, however you celebrated it.
I only realized that this week that it's already passed, but
yeah,
don't worry.
Did too. I was like, oh, this would be a great Thanksgiving review. Oh, we totally did that episode already.
Use it for Christmas.
Use it for Chimbus. Well, I got a review to bounce us, to keep us going.
Yeah, that was just that was like a little gift to you. I know how much you love talking about knives.
I love it. Yeah, throwback to the first episode, right?
Throwback.
I think
exactly.
Probably the first time we've actually been kind of funny on the internet was the knife fight thing.
It was a highlight, yes.
Yeah. So I have a review from Amazon. This review was submitted by, that's right, Elijah Majnik, friend of the podcast. Thank you, buddy. Superstar. Yeah, his submitting a review is like, it's like the Nintendo seal of approval. It's going to be a good one. This is a review for the World of Warcraft official cookbook.
Okay.
Zachary writes, great book. First, I would like to start out by saying that if you want a professional cookbook with depth and detailed instructions, then go buy one. The cookbook is based off items that can be cooked in the video game, quote, World of Warcraft,
Thank you.
Quote. If you didn't figure that out before, this item isn't for you. It has a broad range of types of items to prepare, from drink snacks and even a turkey dinner. All the recipes are labeled by level required to cook it, beginning to expert.
Oh.
I personally don't cook and don't plan on learning, but my wife promised to cook an item a week until we try them all. 5 stars.
Hey, For a nerd, that definitely is 5 stars. If the wife is going to be cooking at least one meal a week, all right. You don't have to get up off your butt.
How nice is it to break up that cup ramen rotation? It hits different, you know? When you're having Hot Pockets every day for lunch and Top Ramen every day for dinner, a little bit of little snack. Yeah, some Pop-Tarts from World of Warcraft might probably hit the spot.
Wife, it's time to dine. She comes in full garb because you bought it for her.
You bought her, a scantily clad elveness armor. For your sick machinations. Yeah, armor in quotes.
Exactly.
It's like a bra made of metal. And a thong. The thong do have like a codpiece on it. Like, a plate. You can't...
Not going to get hit with an arrow there. You're going to be fine.
You can't punch a lady, you can't punch a lady there. You'll be doing the cartoon handshake like, ooh. If she gets hit in the ass cheek, she's screwed.
Yeah, that's what happened in Conan, isn't it?
Oh, did some lady barbarian get shot in the butt, or did Conan get shot in the butt?
No, that was James Earl Jones as that snake monger man.
Yeah. When he transforms into the snake in his face, like Scooby Doo's out.
Right. I don't remember if it was before or after that, but he like takes a snake and stretches it out into an arrow, and he shoots Conan's lady friend, and it like latches onto her leg. I'm pretty sure she dies. So.
Yeah, well, she should have been wearing real armor instead of just probably a leather panties and...
Yeah, a little leather loincloth. It just goes to show.
Hey, that movie rocks, though.
It's some good Arnie action.
Yeah, I feel like I know... This is one of those reviews. I know Zachary from reading this review. I can picture that guy. He works in his tech department. He's got a lot of Funko Pops in his cubicle. He just, fell ass backwards into marrying a really nice girl who cooks him dinner and puts up with all his stupid, nerdy shit because he has a decent job. He's living the good life. Shout out Zachary.
Shout out, any guy with a decent job out there. Ladies, you can probably do better than us. If we're going to fantasize about little leather booty shorts, you don't have to subject yourself to that.
Hey, what are you talking about, dude? We're podcasters. We're the cream of the crop. Ladies are lining up. NFL quarterbacks ain't got nothing on starving artist podcasters.
No. Speaking of starving artist podcasters, go listen to the Absolutely Starving. There's a podcast I've listened to. Absolutely Starving podcast.
Is it a cute one?
It's cute, yeah.
Does it have eligible bachelors?
No, they're ladies. I don't know that they're eligible, and I shouldn't be. That shouldn't be a qualification for me listening to them or being interested in them. What they make.
Eligible bachelorettes. If eligible, ineligible, bachelorette, married or in a partnership, doesn't make a difference. But when it comes to the boys, I just like to know that they're wheeling and dealing. You know what I'm saying? Okay. That they're on the hunt. It adds a dimension for me.
Okay, yeah, competition. It don't matter if they're creators or not. We're not going to view them as that. We're going to view them as other wolves in the pack.
It's just I would think of it as like a character trait that I find easy to identify with. That excites me.
Okay. Character trait: desperate.
That's. Character trait, total virgin dork rod.
Character trait, neckbeard.
Trying to overcome it. Character trait, fedora. Why are we describing me?
I'm sorry. We'll move along and go with a review I have here that is just perfectly post-Thanksgiving. But like I said, we can use this plan ahead for Christmas, everybody, because I have an all recipes review here for Grandma's green bean casserole.
All right, I want some right now already.
You identified with Zach. I am really identifying with Randy here. All recipes user Randy Schultz writes, "Sorry, this was just a thigh enhancer. This went through 3 meals and most of it remains in the pan. Everyone said, hey, I like this, but then no one ate it, nor did anyone rewarm it for some of the snack plates. A total bust. For me, a waste of cheese. 2 stars.
Whoa, that is think of Grandma. Grandma's crying, dude. Grandma, you say that to your grandmother about her fucking casserole, she is gonna cry.
Put those tears in the casserole, Grandma. Give it some flavor.
What?
Because there's salt in tears.
I'm sure all the old lady cooks I know put plenty of salt in shit. I'm sure that was some salty casserole. What did he say? What was bad about it?
He didn't. It's strange because he does say everyone
mysteriously unappetizing.
It was underwhelming.
Underwhelming casserole. That's a cool band name.
Like you were underwhelming casserole.
Down. I really feel bad for all the grandmas out there. Working hard to put food on the table. It's Thanksgiving.
Hey.
They can barely walk.
Grandma's got to do a little extra. You can't just go to that same old. Buy yourself a World of Warcraft recipe book and use their green ogre finger casserole. I bet you that's got a little bit of pizzazz. It's got like pearl onion eyes of newts and things.
Yeah, I want Grandma to put out a full orc barbarian feast.
I want Grandma to walk around in leather and metal
with a battle axe. She's carving the turkey. I was thinking
she slams it down on the antique dining table, rattling
time to eat. Yeah, she blows a war horn.
Welcome, kin. Grandma, your voice. Silence.
Oh yeah, and then she just eats with her bare hands. With her big... Grandma, what big teeth you have?
They're dentures. Grandma got an upgrade.
Yeah, Grandma leveled up. Grandma's been hitting World of Warcraft, and she got enough experience to level up. She got Grandma access to a new tree on her talent bar. She's going places.
Grandma enhanced her thighs. She's walking around with tree trunks.
Grandma got herself an early Christmas present. Got herself a little thigh master. And she can snap a watermelon in half like beef jerky.
This could be your head.
And then she makes a fruity drink, a fruity after dinner drink out of it for everybody.
Yeah. Grandma, this is splendid.
Yeah, Grandma Doomerhammer is the best.
Got anything else to say about Randy here?
I don't know. Randy's a schmuck.
You think he's a bit of a stick in the cheese?
I think he fucked it up. I think Randy is the one that messed it up. I don't think Grandma had anything to do with it. You know, you can lead a Randy to water, but can you make him make a casserole? No,
I
he's
guess
dumb
not.
as hell.
He doesn't know his way around.
Yeah. This guy couldn't green a bean if it slapped him in the face. Hey, boy, you done greening them beans yet? No, they're still brown. That's how green beans are made. You just gotta take the green out of the bean, wrap it up in it. A lot of people don't know that.
I didn't know that.
What I do know about is another review.
Mm-hmm.
This review, I'll do this one. This is a review for... This is an Amazon's Choice product. Let me remind you. The TJ Wiseman Remote Control Fart Machine #2 Funny Gag Gift Joke Prank.
Oh, boy.
This review was submitted by, guess who it is? Elijah Machinick. Thank you. That's two for you.
I'm not upset at him. I'm upset at people who still buy this stuff.
The review I have here is written by Stu. Verified purchase for those keeping score. Funny present / good quality. Perfect for someone who likes farting. I bought this for my 2 young girls, and they had hours of fun with it. Quality is good. remote control works through walls with good distance, so you can surprise someone in another room. 5 stars.
This guy is 8 years old. What is he?
He's just a guy who likes farting.
Apparently, I don't know. I feel like this guy is the reason why in those commercials they say ask an adult to use the credit card because he just sees things.
He can't, but don't ask him. He's the one who should be asking.
He's an irresponsible doofus.
See, a stoofus, if you will.
He's a big stew of doofus.
He's from the United Kingdom, if that changes your painting of him at all.
That is even worse.
So, American who likes farts, not as bad as a British person who likes farts.
Yeah, America is a younger country. We're allowed to be a bit more immature. Britain, you've been around forever.
Yeah, Britain, you got them big fuzzy hats. You got to be mature to pull those off. What those your guards wear. You ever see a video of those guards? Sorry to derail for a second, but you ever see a video of those guards totally smoke somebody after they touch them?
I don't think I have.
Oh yeah, because like you can the meme is you can mess with them, right? You can do whatever you want in front of them; they won't smile or react at all. But you can't touch them. If you like put a finger on those dudes, they smoke you instantly with the butt of their rifle.
Wow. No, I've just seen them in a bunch of Hallmark movies. Speaking of Christmas coming up.
Yeah. What they don't show you in Home Alone is those dudes will break your skull. I've got another little review for the fart machine here.
Okay.
Maybe to offer another perspective. This is a review written by Bug. She says it's a gem. You have to make your own fun in this world. Ellipses. And this little gem helps enormously. Put it in a sealed envelope and asked a young coworker to bring it to another department. When she passed a handsome young coworker that she has a crush on, I pushed the button and all my stress disappeared.
That's it?
That's 5 stars, dude.
Of course. This person is the Joker.
This is how the movie The Joker starts.
Not that Joker. That Joker. We know how I feel about that Joker.
But we're rewriting it right now. So instead of him hating society because, I don't know, why did the Joker hate society? People
beat him up and stole his spinny sign.
So instead of beating him up and stealing his spinny sign, they beat him up and stole his fart machine. And then how could he laugh?
I was more thinking that to take Heath Ledger's Joker and instead of some men just want to watch the world burn, sir. It's some men just want to hear the world fart, sir. I don't understand, Alfred.
What if Alfred's like, some men just want to watch the world burn, and then the fart machine goes off in his pocket, and you hear Heath Ledger's Joker laugh in the distance.
There is one thing that we can do to make the world laugh, if you understand.
Foxy's planted fart machines all over the city.
There's nothing more human than a little flatulence, if you know what I mean.
Everyone in the whole city is farting at inopportune times. Now that's funny. Now me and the Joker would have a good laugh at that.
Yeah. I'm on board with that reboot.
What's the damsel's name in that movie?
Oh.
I can't think of her name. All I can think... Oh, Rachel. Yeah, dude. Batman's putting the moves. He thinks he stopped the Joker. He thinks everything, and Batman's putting the moves on Rachel, and then he farts in front of her. and then he looks at the camera, and it cuts to black.
Wait a minute. That fart sounded the same way that Bruce Wayne's fart. Batman and Bruce Wayne fart the exact same way. Man,
does this have different farts on it?
I'm sure it cycles through.
Oh, yeah. I don't like the cycle. I like that. I like to, really know which one I'm using.
Yeah, be hands-on with your fart noise options.
Man, looking at some of the features on this bad boy. New boombox technology. New 15 louder sounds. New works up to 100 feet. Blows our original fart machine away. That font is in a green cloud.
Nice. That's a fart joke.
Let me paint a picture for you here. Beside the product, sort of some art picking the product and how it works, has a let's say, young boy, a Bart Simpson type, dressed in a court jester's uniform. He is leaning into the room laughing as he points the little black control at his dad's ass. You see sound waves coming, or some sort of waves, coming out of the remote, hitting his dad's ass. His dad's ass is surrounded by some sort of like explosion lines. His dad is at the dinner table, looking back at his ass. He's actually gripping the tablecloth, not with an underhand. Oh, with an underhand, he's like holding on for dear life.
That's like I gotta keep it in.
Yeah, and he's looking back at his own ass, and he looks both embarrassed and terrified at what his ass is doing. Both his legs are going up into the air. He definitely has some dad shoes on, some culottes. His wife sits across the table. His beautiful busty cartoon wife with her pink striped shirt. She is lifting her finger and pointing, cackling at him. She is leaning back and just cackling at her poor husband as he farts his pants. And underneath this picture is captioned by the word fart with an exclamation point, and the fart has 3 R's. Fart. And I know I should have started this at the top. I'm sure that's many of our listeners may be close to death at this point. It says, "Caution, you may die laughing." Patent pending.
Patent pending on the death effects?
Yeah, on the death. They're trying to patent death by fart.
That's Joker's whole plan there.
Was to kill all of Gotham with the farts?
Yeah.
You and me are like a couple of dogs. Jason farts. We're destined to fart like this forever, Batman.
Everyone always blames the fart on the dog. But I think, why can't I have the credit?
Why can't I be the dog? Oh, man. Yeah, that's what I felt like the Chris Nolan Batman's really missed. 1, fart humor. 2, nutshot jokes. Really 2 arts lost to our time that I thought Nolan really was going to explore.
Yeah, it's unutilized resources in
definitely
cinematic history.
Christopher, I know you're listening, and please get back on the horse. We need more nut shots with 90s funny sound effects over it in dramatic media today.
That's the humor we need.
I really stand by that, honestly.
Honestly, everything that those reviews said, it working through walls, and bring it to the office, it sounds like a fun product, even if I think
you turned around on it?
They just seem to be enjoying it so much. I can respect that. But I'm going to try and clean things up here.
Okay, get us out of the brown and into the town.
A review from Listerine.com. This is for the Listerine Gum Therapy Anti-Gingivitis Mouthwash Glacier Mint flavor. Ooh. And user Bird King, I don't know if it's like...
I'm intimidated.
Is that a Counting Crows song?
No, I think that's an intimidation tactic, and it is working. I am scared.
Bird King titles their review, I guess if it's a king, it's probably a he. Bird King titles his review, "Pretty decent, but can be better." And writes, "I've found that the use of the gum therapy Listerine has been beneficial for my gums, but I feel that there is also room for improvement. While the ingredients present in the formula are suitable to the task of soothing gum tissues by reducing inflammation and pain, while also providing a less intense antiseptic property, the opportunity is missed to really lean into the clean, and not with alcohol either. Please, add in a 0.05 to 0.07% concentration of cetylpyridinum chloride. It will create a full-on comprehensive mouthwashing solution that would truly serve to knock out gingivitis when combined with the existing anti-inflammation properties of the current formulation. 4 stars.
Hell yeah, dude. I agree with this guy.
You're thinking the same thing?
Well, I mean, I've never had that thought before. I actually am a user of Listerine's products. I get the purple one. It's like the all clean.
Mm-hmm.
Like the extra protection,
like a shiny label on there, right?
Yeah. So big fan. But if they can put some more shit in there to just wage war on my skin and my gums, my cells, I'm all for it. You need everything. I need everything I can get to destroy this festering pit of a body I've cultivated.
Filthy mind, filthy mouth, filthy everything. Clean it all out, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I use I use hand sanitizer a lot at work, both because of the times and both because I was raised as to be respectful of the germs, to consider that in everyday life.
Right.
Even before all this, I always clean that grocery cart with those hand sanitizer. Mm-hmm. Grocery carts are gross, people. So I sanitize a lot at work. And someone was like, "Oh, we got this new kind. I like it so much better than the old kind. It doesn't smell like alcohol." And I'm like, "No, I like that. That's how I know. You gotta know. That's how I know my hands are being destroyed on a cellular level. Like I'm happy to sacrifice my own body in order to eradicate everything that is unclean about me."
Yes, so be it if we remove, the upper 2 or 3 layers of the epidermis.
Right.
As long as the germs on top of those derms get removed too.
That's why the good man in the sky gave us multiple layers, dude. Because sometimes you gotta scorch the earth.
You gotta flay them off.
Yeah, sometimes a little flaying is required to become clean, and that's what he wants on a gum, an oral care level, and I can understand that 100%.
Is Listerine the one where they've got the commercial and it's like little Listerine gel people in your mouth and they're like painting your teeth and putting up Listerine bricks in front of your teeth?
All I can picture about Listerine commercials is just like the teeth look like a giant dam and like the Listerine like rushes through and blasts out all the plaque and build up around the gums and nastiness. Yeah, that's kind of what I see.
Or they show the people's face while they're swishing, and
their eyes are just like, whoa,
ever increasingly bloodshot.
They should do a Listerine commercial that it's just children trying it and crying, just like having very real reactions to this awful thing in their mouth that's hurting them.
It's Listerine products. So effective it makes children cry.
Yeah, or adults. We don't even need to hurt children. We should get some stupid adults that would cry.
Make your germs cry.
It took a while for me to get strong enough to handle Listerine. And it's worth it, people. It's good for your character.
Gotta have clean mouth.
Gotta have a clean mouth. Clean mouth, clean heart, clean mind. That's a classic Buddhist monk saying. So yeah, destroy me, mess me up, dude.
Yeah, I don't want the little handyman working in my mouth.
What did he want in there? Hydrochloric acid or something?
He wants cetylpyridinum chloride.
Is that like magnesium?
Let me do it. I had looked this up before, but I'm gonna have to refresh my memory on cetylpyridinum chloride.
What's that gum with those? Is it Stride with those really ridiculous commercials, like a person hooked up to a Matrix device and glacial wind being channeled up their ass?
I think you're thinking of
it's
5.
5 gum. It's kind of like that, or someone having their head dunked into a pit of lava. And and they scream and finally their body goes limp. Yeah, 5 cinnamon. It's kind of like that. Yeah, that's some kind of advertising I can get behind.
Yeah. I want the little Listerine people running through my mouth with bayonets fixed so that when the germs, they breach the barrier of my teeth, the little Listerine people are just there to spike them.
You want your mouthwash to be like a
trench warfare. This is D-Day in my mouth. Little Tom Hanks is like, what's going on?
Who are the 300? Those aren't the Romans.
The Spartans.
Spartans, yeah. You want a Spartan phalanx spear turtle going through your mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Just like eradicating all germs.
Just poised on the back of my tongue, waiting.
Yeah, I imagine the germs in my mouth are sort of like the monsters from that movie, like giant elephants running through my teeth, boring holes in my dermal. So yeah, I need something strong.
Just look for that cetylpyridinum chloride.
Listerine should. Okay, here's another $1 million idea for Listerine. They should change their packaging just from sort of the plain plastic
bottle.
Yeah, sort of rectangularly shaped bottle.
Yeah.
It should just be shaped like a gun. Like a fucking bazooka.
Fire this down your gullet.
Yeah, fire this in your mouth and hold it in as long as you can until it hurts too much and you have to stop. That's what I want from my Listerine.
That is a form of torture in some countries. That's how you interrogate spies. You just shove a mouthful of Listerine and you put duct tape over their mouth.
Just put a hose up their ass. I'll probably cut that.
Of water or Listerine?
Of Listerine. Oh. Just flush them out.
Hey, minty toots.
Minty toots. That's what they used to call me back in college. You want to take a break, too?
Let's take a break. We can clean ourselves up.
Yeah, seriously.
Hey everybody, thank you for listening to our lovely little podcast. If you'd like to go above and beyond in supporting our show, or have the most fabulous conversation starter since sliced bread, go to reviewparty.com. Click on shop and explore some fabulous t-shirt designs.
Where's your favorite place to wear a t-shirt?
On my body.
Mine is at the store.
That is a good place to wear a t-shirt. Reviewparty.com. Click shop.
Why stop there?
Don't stop now.
Don't stop me now, because I'm buying a t-shirt. I'm buying a shirt. Hey everybody, welcome back. Today, folks, I'm going to tackle, for the first time, the original Review Party segment. What is it? It's Upon Further Review. Yeah, I'm taking a crack at Matt's brainchild signature segment here.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, 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 for the first time.
I'm ready for it.
Hell yeah. I am here today to talk about Eric Fensler. Does that name mean anything to you, Matt?
Fensler sounds like Fensler Films?
Oh! You did your homework.
If I'm remembering my college days well enough.
Yep. Before you say more, this is the man who created something very near and dear to our hearts. Probably the first piece of comedy that we ever bonded over. One of them, at least.
Yes.
Oh, what do you think? What do they happen to be?
They happen to be G.I. Joe PSAs.
That's right. Exactly, dude. And we say G.I. Joe PSAs, not the funny little things from the 80s or the 70s.
Not the real ones.
Yeah, not the real ones. We're talking I think a lot of our audience has a pretty big, is of the generation. Our sort of target audience, I feel like, is like your media whore, millennial layabout is sort of what we are trying to broadcast to. And many of those we'll think of the G.I. Joe PSA parodies of the early 2000s.
Yes.
And for those who don't know, they are some absurdly edited G.I. Joe PSA parody internet videos. They take the old G.I. Joe videos and edit them to make them really funny and absurd. And we're going to learn about the creation of those wonderful proto-viral videos that made Matt and I laugh like idiots in college dorms for endless hours.
Yeah.
And where it took the creator. Oh, and before I get started, I want to thank the YouTube channel Toy Galaxy. Their video titled Pork Chop Sandwiches, The History of G.I. Joe PSA Parodies is the main reference. It's where I found all the interviews that I reference in this. So if you want to find out more after you've done listening to our very funny podcast, go ahead and check out that video. It's a good one. So everyone knows the G.I. Joe PSAs from the 70s and 80s. They were educational little public service announcement skits featuring the titular Joes teaching kids about public safety hazards at the end of G.I. Joe episodes. And they always ended with the famous line. Do you know it, Matt?
I don't know that I do.
You will. You're going to kick yourself as I say it.
Is it just G.I. Joe?
It does end with that officially. It does the G.I. Joe. Oh. But before that they say, and knowing is half the battle.
Ah, of course.
Well, of course. Yeah, now I know. And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe. Yeah, and then someone gets shot.
Yeah.
That's why America is the way it is today. So these PSAs were created to be featured at the end of all the Saturday morning cartoon episodes. So basically sort of fight against critics who said that the cartoons were just propaganda to get their kids to beg their parents for toys. Which, of course, they very much were. But still, so they had these educational little shorts to try and make the world a safer place. And the PSAs were really popular and, as evident of knowing is half the battle becoming like a catchphrase and repeated and parodied 100 times throughout the 80s and 90s. It became a household little phrase. It was a meme before internet memes, as we know them today, were a thing, which is interesting because that's very much what these parodies became in a way. So where does Eric Fensler come in? Cut to Chicago, 2003. Eric... What? Is a night shift video editor who happens upon a copy of an old G.I. Joe animated movie that he liked when he was a kid in a bargain bin outside the Virgin Megastore on Michigan Avenue. And the special features of that DVD were the original 35 G.I. Joe PSAs. And Eric watched them. He thought they had like a weird, interesting, funny quality to them. And, they didn't age very well. So he... loaded them on his computer, his work computer, that had all the editing suites on it, and he just started to mess with them, have a laugh, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of got forgotten about until one night his friends came over, and they're all drinking whiskey and bullshitting, and he remembers the video, and he whips it out, and he shows all his friends, and they all are dying. I think the original one is... I wish I remembered. So it ends in a fart. That's what I remember.
Is that the me one?
Yeah, the me.
Lost Child at the Fair, I think is.
It's the lost. The
premise?
Yep. And they find a stranger who only speaks in me, and then farts at the end of the video. It's much funnier than it sounds. So yeah, they loved it. Him and his friends got in on it, and they ended up re-editing, redubbing, writing 25 of the original 35 original PSAs.
Jeez.
Sometimes they had a script they were going off of. Sometimes things just happened in the edit, and they, they were messing around and went with it. If he was working on one alone and needed another voice actor, he'd just grab his girlfriend or a family member, whoever was hanging around his apartment that day in downtown Chicago, and then he'd just screen them to his friends on their drinking nights, and they'd laugh about him. So like this, this was pre-YouTube.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there was video hosting sites like eBombs World and Heavy.com, but Eric didn't even really consider it, he said. Uploading at the time was too much of a hassle with all the reformatting and stuff you had to do. So he was just doing it to get a laugh at his friends. He says, quote, "At the time, the internet was intimidating to me. It was just filled with porn. I was just playing videos in art galleries, theaters, or passing around VHS copies to whoever wanted them." So they were a big hit in the Chicago art scene at the time.
That's
around
awesome.
2003. Yeah, they just like I always think that's so interesting that can happen, because that was how the DBZ anime got popular over here. It wasn't Toonami. Toonami sort of saw it happening and did it afterwards. People were
passing off tapes.
Yeah, getting the tapes from Japan, editing in the subtitles themselves, and just making copies and giving them to their friends, and their friends would make copies and give it to their friends. So DBZ was a big underground hit.
Power of the people.
Power of the people, for sure. That's a crazy time in media. So there's this guy, Doug Lucenhop, I believe I'm saying that correctly. He was a local DJ, and he was a friend of Eric's and a frequent collaborator on the G.I. Joe PSAs. And his friend Doug, he owned Heaven's Gallery in Chicago, a little art gallery that has a little theater in it. And they would do regular screenings. And they're a huge hit, and they started they eventually put them on their website, all 25, for viewing. And very shortly after they were put up, the website crashed because of the insane amounts of traffic.
Wow.
And then shortly after that, both Eric himself and anyone and everyone would rip the videos and started posting in places. They made its way to eBombs World and Heavy.com. I think I remember seeing it on Newgrounds for the first time, way back in the day. So it was everywhere, right? In this early, in the very child stages of what we know as like meme videos. This is pre-Vine. This is very like proto-Vine and everything. And that went on, redistributing and throwing it everywhere until 2004.
I mean, at this time, I don't want to butt in too much, but at this time, meme videos were just like those videos where you see the car driving over a hill and then the zombie pops up and scares you.
Yeah.
That's what...
Or like Badger, Badger, Badger.
Yeah.
Or Hamster Dance or Joe Cartoon.
That's the stuff we were watching on the internet that was super popular.
Yep.
To put a time stamp on it for people out there. Set your mind back.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of us, a lot of our friends that listen to the podcast are over a generation and probably are having weird memories of that time.
Numa guy came out.
Numa, very important. That would be a great segment.
Anyway, please continue.
Yeah, this is a good time to pause because this is a dark turn in the story.
Oh.
Yeah, in September 2004, Hasbro issued a cease and desist order to Fensler, citing copyright infringement. So Fensler was just a dude with a 9-to-5 job and a family living in downtown Chicago. Like, he just had a regular job. He couldn't afford a lawyer to fight this, let alone if they lost and, sued his whole ass off.
Right.
They were immediately taken down from his personal website and eBombs World, and he didn't want to get sued. And that was going to be that until 2005, YouTube came along, and those little videos absolutely flooded the service. So many uploads from so many different users. Hasbro knew there was no stopping the videos in this new media age and dropped all charges and never brought it up again.
Yeah, take your toy money and get lost.
The biggest thing about all this is Eric has still to this day, never seen a penny from those videos.
Jeez, that's insane.
He did it for the art, and it was never more than that to him. And think about all the people on YouTube that are running ads on those videos. Probably, I'm sure there's people that made a pretty penny off of his work.
Probably.
I mean, we've contributed to that. That's where we watched these videos 600 times in a row in college. But, happy ending, he didn't get sued. And that pretty much ended Eric's little viral video adventure. It was really one of the first viral videos. There's stuff like we talked about getting passed around in chain emails and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
That. I remember chain emails were big when I first got the internet. Or my parents did, I should say. I remember my mom coming in to show me this video that got forwarded 6,000 times, and it's got a dumb little video of someone, basically America's Funniest Home Video shit or something.
Yeah.
Or like viral Christmas cards were big at the time.
With the little graphics that just are on loop.
Yeah, with a little song or something that was like offensive. So South Park, a lot of people know, started in a similar way to this, right? It's really the same era. This video is really the first time we saw, I think it's really the first meme video, the true first meme video. Just its absurdist humor, and it's the first time we saw like aggressive, viral, rapid redistribution just by users in today's media landscape, how it is. So the tale kind of ends, but it wouldn't be upon further review without a happy twist ending, right?
Ooh.
So Eric now has a beefy editing resume. You know, he's worked at that company a long time, and he, in, you know, the art scene of Chicago, was a huge name. He made these huge videos that are inescapable to anyone who likes funny things on the internet at the time, right? He's the pork chop sandwiches guy. And that might mean bunk to some hoity-toity Hollywood editing suite, but it meant a whole lot to another 2000s absurdist comedy hero. Do you know who that might be?
Ooh, I don't know.
It's more of an entity than a person. So it's sort of an establishment.
What, like Homestar Runner or something?
Well, close. That's a good guess. I'm talking about Adult Swim here.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, they hired Eric, I think around 2008 or something. He made promos for C-Lab 2021 that were sort of trippy and weird. He did a couple pilots for them that didn't take off. And then he started to work on a little show called Tom Goes to the Mayor.
Okay, that makes so much sense.
Yep, and he got actually a lot of his buddies that worked on the Pork Chop Sandwiches videos. He got a bunch of them internships on that show as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. They formed fast creative friendship with Tim Heidecker and Eric Warheim, who are, of course, went on to make Tim and Eric's awesome show Great Job, which was very much, that creative friendship very much led to Tim and Eric's awesome show Great Job. Eric and his friend DJ Doug were both writers on, and many of his friends that were interns got hired on to work on the show as well. So Tim and Eric's awesome show Great Job, you know, it's so clear after you learn the connection, but that's very much a product of Eric. It just is, you know, not quite as much as Tim and Eric, but he was a big part of it. A lot of his sketches are on there.
That is mind-blowing.
Isn't it? It's like
worlds collide.
Yeah, the Tim Heidecker explosion, mind-blowing explosion gif.
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, the humor is the exact same. It's you know, just messing with editing. I know. I think Tim described Tim and Eric Awesome Show Great Job is like what when TVs go to sleep and have nightmares. That's what it looks like. Which is very much in line, I think, between a lot of what makes the G.I. Joe PSA parody so funny.
Mm-hmm.
He had his hands all over that project and a bunch of other Tim and Eric and Adult Swim projects in the coming years. And in 2013, he landed a job at advertising agency Wyden & Kennedy, where he was a big part of making the Old Spice commercials.
Oh.
Yeah, the I'm on a horse commercials and stuff.
That makes so much sense, too.
Yeah. So this guy goes from being chopping and screwing weird old cartoon PSAs to make his drunk buddies laugh to being a major player for an advertising company that created Nike's Do It. He's an absolute legend of the internet. For someone who's known, you know, whose name isn't that well known, he's a man whose art went on to define an entire generation, maybe more generations of humor, and a humble man at that. A colleague of his said, "While everyone on his team probably knows of the G.I. Joe PSA parodies, I bet hardly any of them know that Eric made them." As of 2008, the G.I. Joe parody videos were uploaded in their entirety back on Eric's personal website and can be found wherever funny internet videos are sold, with just a simple search. Yeah, right?
Bravo.
That went a little long, but I mean, what's your favorite G.I. Joe parody video? Lay it on me.
It's a sleeper for probably many people, but the fire alarm one.
Yeah, I still quote that one all the time, and no one has any idea what the fuck I'm talking about. Everything's fine. Everything's
good.
You wake up the next morning and you're on fire.
Yeah, it's great. Just from the garbled voice to start out with to that guy, you know, just
they got the funniest editing when he phases out those kids and the little kid's eyes, like he's still frozen, but he looks to where the kid disappeared. Oh.
Yeah, it's a quality one.
I rewatched them in preparation for this segment, and I gotta say, they're all hits. Even the ones they've aged so well.
Yeah, it's been a bit for me, but last time I watched them, I was still just as entertained and impressed.
Yeah, when the body massage machine made me cackle. Like, I watched that video for, I don't know, 10, probably 15 years, and it killed me. Body massage machine, go!
Yeah, just the quotes in them are so good.
Yeah. You got a review? You got a review we can slam out here?
Yeah, this one, it's not the shortest review I've ever had, but I don't think we're going to need to spend too much time talking about it, because the reason I'm going to be reading it is the typo. I'm going to keep the typo in there, even though I know what they're trying to say. I have a Google Maps review for Alcooltraz Island. Chronic Idiocracy writes, "My first time to Alcooltraz Island was great. They had wax figures looking like prisoners. The tour guide was very friendly, but don't take the audio tour if you get spooked easily. It scared me. I found out that the food that they had back then was better than school lunches. They had an ice cream machine. The gift shop was cool too. I got myself a copy of a prison key. Great for kids. You get my respects if you can find the secret massager. The secret massages. I did. 5 stars." And sure, maybe without a doubt, Chronic Idiocracy was trying to say secret messages, but I like the idea of secret prison massages more.
No, that is definitely comedy gold. That is a comedy gold mine, ready for plundering. Oh man, the old Alcatraz massage.
Yeah, kid, go there in that dark room. We're gonna close the door. And you're going to feel just what it felt like for these prisoners to be in that dark room by themselves.
A real diamond in the rough. Yeah, you don't know whose hands, but they're big and they're strong.
It's the Bird King.
It's the Bird King.
He's here. The Bird Man of Alcatraz.
His hands are the size of at least garbage lids, all right?
They're on my throat.
And it's just his thumb popping every part of your spine back right in the right place. And if you're terrified, you're scared, you're in pain, but when that thing's over, best damn massage. Body massage. Body massage machine. Go. Body massage.
Alcatraz is really awesome, though. If you ever get the chance. I have been there once, yeah.
Did you get a massage?
Not that I recall. I got sunglasses.
That's cool. Did a prisoner make them?
Nope. They were red and black, and they said Alcatraz on the side. Audio tour is dope, though. I recommend it.
It would have been even cooler if they said Alcooltraz.
That's the rebrand. Hey, kids, welcome to Alcooltraz.
They put a water slide. All right, I think we better hop into the old plug section.
Yep. Time to adjourn.
Thank you everyone for listening. This episode flew by. I looked over and man, it's almost time to be done. What a bummer! But good news for you, plenty of more. ReviewParty.com content everywhere. You can subscribe. iTunes, Amazon Podcasts, Spotify. Any new ones we got recently, Matt?
Yeah, but there are just a lot to name.
There's just a lot to name. We're everywhere.
I'll do it in the next episode.
Yeah, we'll do it in the next episode, folks. If you'd... while we're talking about Spotify, if you use Spotify, they now have a new episode notification feature, which is actually fantastic. As soon as I heard about it, I set it up for our show and for my brother and me. And podcasts actually, release every Tuesday at 2 a.m. every Tuesday morning.
Get it.
But it won't blow up your phone at 2 a.m. when we drop it. It actually just sends a notification like in the middle of a day, just as a nice reminder that a new episode came out that day. If you use Spotify to listen to our podcast, but be sure to hit that notification button. It just sends you a nice little notification at a convenient time when you won't be in the middle of bed sleeping, unless you work third shift, in which case you probably got weird stuff going on anyway.
If you want any more of our weird stuff going on in your life, you can find us on Twitter at ReviewPartyPod or on Instagram at reviewparty.com. There's stuff getting thrown there all week long. So you can check that stuff out. You can also just go to reviewparty.com, where you can find every single episode since inception of this show. You can check out our blog, where I write about reviews, and it's a whole lot of fun.
Matt writes some good stuff. One of those is going to go viral, G.I. Joe style, very soon. And I'm excited to see which one. You know what I'm saying?
Me too. You can also sign up for the After Party Review newsletter, which fills you in on the new episode that's dropped, the new blog post that's been written, or any other things in our lives. I also just take the time to say hey to you. So you can find that.
Just a nice little check-in. How's everybody doing?
How's everybody doing with their lives? Also, big thing, the shop on our website. You can, get your reviewparty.com merchandise. But I'm also setting up a page that hopefully when this episode is out, will link you to every single Amazon product we've ever featured.
Whoa!
Christmas is coming up, and if you want that plush uterus under the tree, if you want that electric knife under the tree, we're going to tell you where to get it.
Fart machine stocking stuffer.
Yes. It's coming your way.
That's wonderful. We get money from those clicks, right?
That's the idea.
Yeah, boy. That's what it's all about. Cha-ching, cha-ching. Speaking of that blang, 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 very big thanks to our buddies at Nosebleeds for letting us use their jam bread for breakfast. You can find that great tune on Spotify. Just search Nosebleeds. One word. I got a review to take us out, dude. And this one is submitted by none other than, that's right, the first hat trick on reviewparty.com. Elijah Machinick, thank you very much, Elijah. He's done it. He's done it. This is a review of an Anlay Fly Breeze 3x5 foot thin blue line USA flag. The review is written by John D. McIntosh. He writes, "Not made in the USA. I entered thin blue line nylon flag made in USA in the search bar, and this came up. I couldn't find the country of origin in the listing, but I bought it anyway. Well, it's made in China. It looks well made, but time will tell what quality it is in, since I'll be hanging it in the Florida sun all day. I'll update my review in a few months and when I see how it does. Update! I have returned the flag. I will not fly any flag on my Made in the USA flagpole under my Made in the USA American flag that is made in China." 3 people found this helpful. 5 stars.
What? Time will tell how our country does too. Time will tell. We'll get back to everybody.
We'll get back. Episode 100, we'll probably have it figured out.
Here's hoping.
Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'm Brent.
I'm Matt.
This has been reviewparty.com. Take it easy out there, folks.